Hello,
Hello.
we are recording.
Yes.
This is Very Tiny Burb.
Hello.
I am Brave Little Bee, and this is a thing I decided to do. Um, I called it Brave Little Podcast,
Oh, that's so
parentheses,
cute.
parentheses that I might quit later.
For now.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not great at sticking with it. So, this is like the first episode, if you can call it that. Um, and I maybe I'll do one once a month before I quit. I don't know. We'll see. But this one is I just decided um Burb's kind of our little Shire librarian.
Yeah.
And uh I was noticing with myself with The Long Dark, I read the books a lot more than I used to, the research books.
Hmm.
And I was like, this is a cute idea. I want to sit down with Burb and we can talk about the books in the game.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm always
and
down to talk about books.
yes, it's like the perfect person. And I kind of thought like we're a bit similar because I know you've taken a bit of a break from the game, which is
Yes.
fine. So the last time you played the game, it was like a
It was
while.
definitely last year in 2024. It probably was over the summer.
Mm-hmm.
When I was actually like, even then, I don't even remember if that was semi-regularly playing it or not. Um, I could actually boot up the game and check when I last logged into that
And your
save.
PV or your PB run is probably still
It's
there.
still active.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Um,
there's an update. I haven't even done that. Oh.
so we both have in common that we both kind of stepped away from the game for a little bit.
Mm.
You maybe
And
more
there's been a
so.
lot of changes.
And there's been a lot of changes. And so I've played it since the DLC. So I've got the experience with like the new stuff.
Hmm.
But one thing that we both probably actually lack is I've I'm very limited on like far territory stuff, the new
Yeah,
regions.
I've played all of the maps. When they came out, I was still streaming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure Sundered Pass was out when I was still streaming,
Yeah,
and I at least Zone of Contamination was out. So I know I've done all them. I've done
right.
them at least. I may have done the first one on my Loper run, but I definitely did the others on my Voyager run.
Okay.
Let's
It
see.
sounds
Oh, I
very
did play
similar.
Misery. So I
Oh, I
last time
don't
I
think I
picked
knew
up
that.
Misery was June 25th, 2024. Um, where's my not BlackRock is the name of my 229 day Loper run. The last time I played that was October 2023.
Wow.
So it's been 2 years
Jeez.
since I've played my Loper run.
Yeah.
I've started a couple. Okay, so my Voyager is at 95 days. I played that in what is that? April of 2024. So and then I have a test lope that I just started at a Hobbit. That must have been a challenge, the Hobbit one. Um,
Sounds like
and
it.
then yeah, new territory. Oh, I just made a Voyager to see Sundered Pass. Okay, so I haven't actually made it to Sundered Pass on my Voyager run. That was I just made a new run there, and then I did Misery. So that's kind of the last that I've played. So I
Yeah.
haven't. I've played Voyager up until April 2024, but I have not played Loper since 2023.
And you were
And
like
at
the
this
OG
moment,
PB. You were
yeah, I
like,
think at this moment I'm actually last. I
yeah,
think everyone has passed me at this point, which is great.
it is great. Like Dunn and Koru have both passed me, and I think Dunn has passed my husband, and
Nice.
Koru is right there. I
Yeah.
mean, she's like a day away, I think. Um, so it's just kind of wild to think about us all doing that.
Yeah. And
Um,
so much has changed
so
since
much has
I've played
changed.
it regularly. I
Yes.
I know that the first one or two changes got into my Loper run because that was 2022 when those started coming out, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I haven't regularly played with. So I am interested to see when, I would like to get back into it. So I am interested to see how that would change my play style.
Yeah. So it does sound like we're similar because I like dip to toe into the far
Mhm,
territories to check them out.
mhm,
Um, I dip to toe into Misery to see how
mhm,
I liked it, that kind of thing. So, one of the things I was thinking about when I was thinking about the research books of the game was it was just becoming really apparent how my play style was changing, either
mhm,
with like getting better at the game
mhm.
or the DLC. And that was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
super interesting to think about. But I realized, like, I asked you to do this, and I was like, "Do you want to talk about books with me? This is going to be super fun and silly." Um,
Mhm,
maybe I should have asked you when you did play. Did you
mhm.
read the research books? Did you make it a point to
Um,
do it?
I don't think it was a, like, a necessity when I played. I think it
Okay.
was more, I have free time, I don't have anything else to do, I have books on me. I definitely kept them with me.
Yeah.
Um, so I think it would just depend, do I have light? Because usually it would be nighttime, and so, if there's an aurora or something, I do remember using them, but I don't think it was really like it was not my first priority.
Right.
If I had anything else to do, if I had sewing to do, if I had any, like breaking down of things, I would
Right.
definitely do that first. But I do remember using them.
Okay. I think everybody's a lot like that, like the
Mhm.
dreaded passing time without
Yeah.
accomplishing a task. So you read a book really quick. I'm in myself, I'm noticing like at least because I'm a interloper player, I'm noticing with an increase of skill, I have more opportunity to read
Mhm.
the books. I'm not
Yeah,
this
for sure.
scared little squirrel, like just trying to get
Yeah,
everything
like, "What
done
do
or
I do? What do
trying to
I do?"
survive. Right, right, right. So I'm like, I guess I could read. And
Yeah.
then it has sort of like taken this pathway of like um doing it when it's convenient, actually having time to do it, and then slightly prioritizing it for me
Mhm.
personally, which is probably not the most common thing. I think people don't prioritize it because like it's not like I travel, during blizzards and then like read when it's a clear day. but,
Mhm. Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
it's definitely becoming way more prevalent for me to read these
Okay.
books. So I looked into the books on the wiki. So everything that
Mhm.
I say here, it's like I found it on the wiki and
Yeah.
it looked pretty accurate. But so for starters, this is for survival mode.
Yes.
I had forgotten just a little bit of trivia that Wintermute has books, and
They ha do they have the storybooks?
they
Do they have different
have
books?
something called the Local Legends series.
Yeah.
And that's super interesting. So that was like the Sasquatch and the Ghost
I remember
Stag.
that. Is that episode 3?
I think so. I think
'Cause I
they,
remember it being in Pleasant Valley.
yeah, I think that they make their debut in episode 3. And then in addition to those, there's that skill book, The Medicinal Plants of Great Bear, that's available right away. And it's
Oh,
like that
yeah, yeah.
purple book. And
Mhm.
I don't remember it that clearly, but I kind of remember it being a tutorial, maybe, or it sort of introduces the teas, and it might have been like a side quest to read it or something. It comes up
Mhm.
very briefly. Um, so like in addition to those, there's the research skill books that are just in survival mode. So
Mhm.
that's like what I'm sticking to and what I'm um putting in order of,
Tier
priority.
list.
Yeah, my priority.
Well, I don't know if it's a full tier list because 'cause we're just ranking them.
We're kind of just ranking them. I'm very wishy-washy on mine. I keep going back and forth on some. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, I thought like let's sort of rank each of us rank the books, and in doing that, we kind of see like our different play styles and what,
Mhm.
just how we think as Loper players.
Yeah,
I
I think it definitely shows your priorities.
Yeah, I think it does too. I'm not going to leave out any of the books at all. So, if people do the difficulties that have the guns in them, I'm going to
Mhm.
include those books. but I'm not gonna talk about them a whole lot or as much because I don't know a whole lot about them. But
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever really used those.
yeah, I think I did for like an achievement, you know?
Yeah.
That's it. Um, so I don't know. I think first, so what are the books? Like,
Mhm.
what are the books in survival mode? So I'll do a quick rundown.
Okay.
We have Field Dressing Your Kill, Volume 1, which is carcass harvesting. Never found a Volume 2, but for some reason it's Volume 1. Stay on Target, archery. Wilderness Kitchen for the cooking skill. Survive the Outdoors for fire starting. The Frozen Angler for the fishing skill. A sewing primer for mending. And then for other difficulties involving guns, we have practical gunsmithing, which is actually like you can make bullets.
Mhm.
Um, and then the small arms handbook for the revolver, frontier shooting guide, and advanced guns for the
Mm.
rifle. Okay, so those are the books. Do you do you think that like on average the community would rank them any certain way?
Um, I feel like, let's see. I haven't watched I mostly watched You and Done
Yeah.
recently. So I'm trying to
Done is
think
ice
back.
fishing number one. Like,
Yes. I feel like fire starting would be a big priority for
yeah,
uh fire starting, and then probably either cooking or archery would be up there. Those are just like the basic skills that you
right.
need to like survive.
That's basically what
Um,
I have too. I was
mhm,
thinking people would probably kind of interchangeably do fire starting and the cooking.
mhm,
And then I really don't know. I don't know what people, maybe mending, I don't know.
mhm,
But I do think it would be like one and two or probably fire starting and cooking for a lot of
mhm,
people.
mhm.
I'd be curious if that's true, especially after the DLC.
Yeah. I think it also depends on how much you know about how the game works.
Right,
Because for things like archery, like if you don't know that level 5 archery lets you crouch, then you might not prioritize it as much as,
right,
if you do know that it lets you crouch, because that's a big benefit of getting level 5.
right.
Um, Same thing like if you for field dressing, is it is it field dressing or cooking that the micro harvesting comes in, or is it both?
Um,
I want to say actually that field dressing, that the skill level goes up based on how long you spend harvesting.
I believe that's right. And then
Okay,
the
so then
micro is
yeah.
it helps with getting your cooking up because you're cooking more. Is
Mhm.
that right?
So with the field dressing, that's what I believe,
Mm-hmm.
because for cooking, it's every item that you cook gives you. It doesn't matter how
Right.
big
It
it is,
doesn't
it's
matter
just
what
every
it is.
item.
Right.
Whereas with field dressing, it's the time that you spend harvesting.
Right.
So I think it also would depend, if people know that, like how that works. That definitely changed how I played once I found that out.
Mm-hmm. So did you do the micro harvesting a lot? I don't remember.
Not a ton, but I
Yeah.
would definitely do it in point 0.5 increments instead of a kilo
Oh,
a lot of the time.
interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't do like the super micro,
Yeah.
but I would definitely do
Point
rather
0.5.
than kilo, unless I'm trying to travel with it.
Mm-hmm.
I would do the point 0.5 instead of the kilo.
Okay. I never really did it because and
Yeah.
it's a laziness thing for me, to be totally honest.
Yeah.
I'm just
Which is
like, I'm
so
not
funny
doing
to
it.
me.
Just not to, I'm like sitting in my chair playing a video game and I'm like, I cannot be bothered to put more effort
Uh-huh. Yeah.
into this.
Too many buttons to push.
Too many buttons. I'm bored. So yeah, I never really did that, but I think that you're right. I think that the more people know about the game,
Mhm.
I think that their list would shift a little bit
Yeah.
and maybe their skill level. And I think the DLC. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so like I kind of when I was thinking of my list, I thought of a few different things, and I don't know, you can let me know what kind of stuff you thought of too, or if you took into account all of this.
Mhm.
Um, one thing I noticed is like I looked at what the books level you up. They all level you up the same amount.
Okay.
Um, so they all do 10 skill points. And then if
Mhm.
you have the book smarts feat, it's one extra point. So if in a ranking system, like they're all the same. So that
Yeah.
doesn't mean anything. I think the Frontier Shooting Guide, it's only 5 points, but I don't know that I'd have to ask a stalker player or something. Like, does that
Yeah.
matter? Do you read that really quickly for only 5 points? I don't know. I don't know that people put that much thought into it. Just the little bit of points. Maybe people are more broad than that. Like, I really want to level up shooting very fast. If I only get 5 points, I don't have a choice. Like, I just have to read it.
Yeah.
Um, time to research. So they're all 5 hours, except there's a couple that field dressing book, and I do take this into consideration, is 10 hours.
Okay.
So that's the carcass harvesting. That's a
Yeah.
10-hour read. And I know for sure for me personally, it is on my mind. So the one thing I considered for those of you who do the gun difficulties, there is that penitent scholar achievement, which is you have to read all the books in the game in one run. And like, if you're going for that, you'd want to read the Frontier Shooting Guide first before the guns,
really?
guns. Because the Frontier Shooting Guide, you cannot read it past level 3. Once you're level 4,
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
you cannot read it. And this achievement actually is the only time I've read these books, these guns books. So
Yeah.
that stuck in my mind where I thought, oh my gosh. So, and then I know that for people who really like the stalker and the guns and stuff, that the advanced guns one is like a 25-hour read. It's very,
Oh,
very
really?
long. Yeah, it's very,
That's
very long.
thick.
Yeah, that's a lot of information.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Other than that, it was just kind of like, what am I going to level up anyway? Rather easily.
Yeah,
What?
that definitely played into my ranking.
Yeah, good. Okay, so we have that in common. Like, I, you know, I'm doing all the motions anyway. I'm leveling up. Then for me, it was like, what's gonna save my life in
Yeah,
Loper? That was there for you too.
yeah, for my top ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, me too. Especially, and this brings me to my next one. What changed with the DLC?
yeah.
Because they do
I
actually go a
think
little hand
it's
in hand.
kind of funny. I haven't sent you my list yet. I'll send it whenever you want. But looking at your list and looking at my list is kind of funny because I want to explain my reasoning,
Oh,
but it's just
yeah.
it's so different.
Is it? Well, that's going to
Yeah.
be so perfect because I want you to explain your reasoning.
Mhm.
So, because I have reasoning too, and I'm actually curious that once we each start going down our list,
Mhm.
how you're going to be able to change my mind.
Yeah,
So,
I feel like we're both gonna be like, oh, that's a good point.
yeah, that's a great point. Jeez. Um, So, I mean, that's kind of all that I went into it. Aside from like most skills, you get a little something at level 3 and you get a little something at
Mhm.
level 5. So,
Mhm.
like, I kind of looked at like what's worth getting to level 3 real quick and level 5 as fast as possible. But
Mhm.
that's really it. Um, so I'm trying to think if I want to go down. We can start doing our list, each of us.
I'm actually trying to get Discord to show me our chat because since we're in a call right now, it's being
Oh, you want me to
oh, I can get it on my phone actually.
okay.
Um Here, let me send you my list. You're
Okay.
gonna be like, what the heck? Let me get back to your list real quick. All right, there we go.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so
this is your
aside from our
list.
first one, I think every single one of ours is different.
I'm so thrilled. I'm so thrilled with your list. And it's because I think it's controversial.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I
Are you,
I
I,
love
I
it.
assume you're gonna put these up on the screen.
I'm going to, yes. So
Okay,
people
yeah,
are
yeah.
gonna see this, but I'm gonna do, um I tried to think of like the best way to do this. I think, do you want to count down to our number one? Each of our number one? Or like we start at number 6 and then we're like,
Yeah,
okay.
I think that would be good.
because I was kind of thinking like I can say my number 6, you can say your number 6.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
this is super interesting. I'm trying to get my document here to go to my list. Okay. And in the middle of it, I can kind of touch on like skills that come with each of this, like the little
Uh-huh.
perks, because I did a little research on this just to make sure I had it right. And I was surprised. I learned a couple of things. So this is
Hmm.
interesting. Okay,
Cool.
so quickly I'll just say, so you have 1 through 6, which is also what I have. I quickly put for number 8 though and number 7 because I'm doing the gun books. I don't want to leave
Uh-huh.
out people who might have that. I never do gunsmithing. Gunsmithing's number
I've
8.
never gunsmithed.
Yep, I've never done it. I think it was like an achievement. I did it one time.
Yeah.
Um, Number 7, advanced guns, guns, guns. I think if I
Hmm.
was to play another difficulty. So that brings us to like the core 6, basically.
Yeah.
Um, so my number 6 that I am second guessing is the ice is the ice fishing book.
Is it? Okay, so that's different from the list you sent me. So you must have
I
done some
did. I
editing.
changed it because I was going insane trying to do this. Yeah,
That's funny. Mine is fire starting,
I
is
see
number
that.
6. Yeah. I I forget what you have to do to unlock the fire starting feat, but I find it so frustrating when I'm starting a new run and she just cannot get a fire going.
Hmm. Yeah,
And I always try to grab as many cattail heads as I can. If I have dead time, I'm making tinder with paper and stuff. At any paper that I find, I'm making tinder. So
yeah.
I try to have a good bulk of it. But even then, you'll run
She
out
runs out
and you're
constantly.
just standing there like, oh my gosh, Astrid,
Yeah,
because I'm an Astrid player.
yeah.
Um, and so I will typically start with level 3 already. You don't need tinder.
Okay.
And then you do make a lot of fires. So I just find that I don't really need the book for it. Like she is in enough of a stable position that she can kind of I still keep a lot of tinder on me, but she can kind of get it going.
Yeah.
um and then like you make it often enough that I would, if I had to choose which book I'm using, I wouldn't prioritize that, I think.
Okay. So you're saying you pick the feet, the fire starting feet?
Yes,
Okay. That's interesting.
typically.
I don't. I because I'm worried like I'm going to get fire starting level 3 eventually.
Mhm.
But I'm not saying that's right. I when I have picked it, I've loved it.
Mhm.
I've loved it. It's great.
Yeah, and I think it does depend on the run you're doing. If you're doing a challenge run and it's shorter,
Right.
definitely do
Oh,
the fire
absolutely.
starting. If you're doing a longer term run, then, it is, some people would say, a waste of a feat, because once you get to the point where you would have already hit fire
Mhm.
starting 3, then it's just like dead space. Like you're not getting another perk for it.
Right.
I think just out of the ones that I have unlocked, I'm always kind of like, nah, I'll go with that one. Because
Yeah.
I don't think I have them all unlocked. I know that there's a few that I would like to get unlocked.
I don't have them all unlocked. I typically do like cold fusion and something.
Mhm.
I pick something.
Mhm.
Um Fire starting I put thought into that as well and it's I mean, you basically hit like the level 3 not needing tinder. Um and then I saw on the wiki that at level 4 the fires burn faster and longer.
Mhm.
Like you light them faster, I'm assuming that
Mhm.
is what
Yeah,
that
I noticed
means.
that the little circle goes
Yeah,
faster
so
once you
that's
level up.
like if someone was prioritizing it, they could be like, "Oh, I that's amazing. I want to do that."
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that would beat out other things to get to fire starting level 4 just for that.
Yeah.
As fast as possible. Yeah, I mean, my number 6 is ice fishing. I did question it because of the DLC introducing the vitamin C deficiency,
Mhm.
and that's a great source of it.
Mhm.
But I have it toggled on every run and I don't get deficient. So I
I
it's
don't
not a
even
thing.
I haven't played with that too much, so I don't actually know when that, like, how long and how much you need, and
Right. I
I
don't know
haven't.
either. And I think the rose hips give it to you anyway.
Mhm.
Mm. Um,
Yeah, I think rose hips, fish, and then peaches?
Maybe
Like some of the
peaches.
canned stuff.
Peaches would make sense. Um, and Mike was saying like the tip ups, he believes the tip ups when you catch a fish, it still gives you skill point. Um,
I don't know.
I
I
he
think that
thought it did.
I don't think it does
I
because
don't
I think that
see. We didn't
actually was
know.
something when I was regularly playing my Loper run. I think that was something that I would have a tip up, but I would still fish alongside it.
Yeah, because I thought the same thing. I thought the tip up looks great, but the trade off is you're not leveling.
Mhm.
So I don't know,
Mhm.
but I don't fish as often. So that's my number 6,
Okay.
ice fishing.
Yeah.
How about your number 5?
So my number 5 is cooking because of the same reason. Because I typically do like yes, it is a very big benefit to get to level 5 and have that no parasites.
Right.
Um but I try to do the point 0.5 if I'm not micro harvesting. I don't always do micro harvesting, but I do try to do the point 0.5. Um I am like you where I will grab at any carcass I see, early
Mm-hmm.
game especially.
Yeah.
Um and so I'll get anything from there and try and cook it as much as I can. I'll try to do all the teas and stuff. So I just find that I'm especially now with like being able to make bannock, I just find that it levels up fast enough for me that there's another one
Mm-hmm.
that I would prioritize more. There's two other ones. My
Yes.
top two I would prioritize over cooking, I think.
Okay. Yeah, that all makes sense to me.
Mhm.
It kind of seems like it's hand in hand with like I'm leveling this up anyway just by surviving,
Mhm.
and I'm not really hurting too much by not leveling it up.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that I get that. Mine, my number 5 is carcass harvesting,
Okay.
and I almost wavered on that when I was looking into it. Um, it's a 10-hour book.
Mhm.
It's just a lot. And part of this is I hate carrying them around. I'm
Yeah.
always so heavy, so like I try to read these books super fast and drop them.
Yep.
And carcass harvesting feels like such a chore. And I also
Yep.
feel like I'm naturally gonna get there, I
Uh-huh.
guess.
Yeah.
Um, but the one thing I really didn't know about that was there was something on the wiki. I guess this is right. You can't harvest more than 5 hours worth of materials from a carcass. That's how it's
Oh.
worded.
I would
So,
mm,
but does that mean like, because that
hmm.
tactic, it would be like, well, get the hide real quick if you need the hide, right?
Mhm.
Maybe I'm not understanding it correctly.
Interesting.
Maybe I'm not understanding it, but it's basically like I think you would always be able to get the hide, or unless it would ruin first. I just don't know. I thought that was
I think it's
interesting.
saying that carcasses don't have enough that
Yeah,
you can spend more than 5 hours doing it,
maybe.
which would make sense apart from the bigger ones, the bears and the
Well,
moose.
they said it would specifically count for the bears and the moose. Like
Hmm.
I don't know, it's a thing. I tried to find more on it, and if anybody knows anything about this, I'd like to have it clarified because it was such a
Yeah.
weird little thing to read. Um, but other than that, it's
Interesting.
like it's the obvious. You just improve the time, and you don't have so much loss with every level up. You lose a little
Uh-huh.
bit with every hour or something. Um, so yeah, my number 5 is carcass harvesting because it's too long of
Okay.
a book. So, your number 4.
My number 4, I put sewing.
I also put sewing for number 4.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because I find that that one is I would prioritize it. I would not prioritize it over my top two, but I would prioritize it. And same with my number 3, because getting to level 5 takes forever.
Right.
Once you can get to level 3 and 4, but I think there's something with how the points work when you get to those higher levels, it takes longer to
Yes.
level up again. And I don't think I've ever reached level 5 sewing. It
I did
takes so
once
long.
for the
You have once?
achievement. Like so I
Yeah.
was going for it to do it.
Yeah.
Um
So that one for me was like, taking the time, getting those points, that is like I would prioritize that
Mm-hmm.
over cooking and fire starting.
Yeah, I think, and it's starting to get into the territory of like, I'm not so much naturally just gonna get to level 5.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Um, and I believe it's been so long since I've gotten far in Loper. Repairing any clothing that takes hides, I think you don't want to fail that. Maybe
Yes.
you're gonna waste a hide, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
if you fail, which is super annoying, the bunnies, you can get enough bunnies that
Sure,
it's not a big deal, but with the deer hides, and the bear hides, if you're trying to repair that bear coat and you have to use a bear hide and then you fail and you lose that bear hide, yeah.
that sucks. Yeah,
That's not a good
right.
day.
So I didn't have it like lower down because I saw that right at level 3, you mistakes are deemed actually rare. Like the fails are deemed
Ah,
a little more rare. So if you can
okay.
get it to level 3, it's kind of worth reading like a book to
Hmm.
get it there. So if that was like level 5, I would probably put it like 6 on the list, to be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's same one. We had the same one for number 4.
All right. I know our number three is going to be different
Our
because you've
number
already
3 is
said
going to
my
be
number
different.
three.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my number three is ice fishing
Okay.
because the same reason I've never made it to level 5. And I actually do like fishing.
Yeah.
I'll do it pretty often. For me, it's a great way to get a water stash because I will put on a fire, put on a pot of water for 2 liters, um, fish for 2 hours, and by that time that water's done.
Right.
Or
Right.
I think I'll select more, like I'll do like 4 hours, but then I'll stop it. I think that's the best way to do it. Um, I just watch the radius go, and then when it gets to about that time, I'll stop it and I'll, change the water and everything. But I know my mystery lake, and one of the um, coastal highway fishing huts has like 20 liters of water in there because
Yeah.
it just, it's so easy to build up a water stash that way.
Mhm.
And then at the same time, you're getting the fishing skill.
Yeah.
But again, it takes so
It
long
takes so
to get to
long.
level 5.
And then
I
it
don't
takes
think
so long, like, um, I would fish for maybe an hour at a time and
uh-huh.
I would catch nothing at the lower
Yeah,
level.
that's why I think for whatever reason it's better to do a longer chunk of time and then stop it.
I think so too.
I think that it's something with like the chances of,
Mhm.
catching a fish and something. So if you fish for an hour at a time, you're not going to catch anything.
Yeah.
Um, so I'll usually do 2. I'll make sure the fire is good enough, but because it's an outdoor fire, it lasts longer than it says it will. Um, and
Probably
then
cabin fever too. Like if you have to,
yes, it's great for cabin
yeah.
fever. So those are the 2 spots I'll usually do it, is the Mystery Lake, one of the cabins there, and then I think maybe I've used 2 of the cabins by in Coastal Highway. I've used the one closest to Quonset, and then the other one by that fishing village. Because I know I've almost run into the bear there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think I have a good stash going in both of those. And I'll usually set the tip up, do the fishing, but if I get something on the tip up, I don't think I'll always cancel. I'll just wait until I catch something or until it's been 2 hours, and then I'll cancel and then get my fish, get the fish out of the tip up, reset it, and then do it again.
I don't have a lot of experience with the tip ups, but everyone who's done it loves it.
Yeah,
Um, so I really want
they're
to
pretty
try it.
good. If you want a food stash, they're pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, and food stashes are pretty important.
Hmm.
Um, you
Yeah.
never know what
So
you're
what's
gonna
your
run
number
into.
3?
My number 3 is cooking,
Okay.
and I thought that would be controversial. um, so this is the big one where the DLC I think probably totally changed this for me.
Yeah.
This is the big one because I there's so much new food
Yes.
that I'm not terribly worried about it. Um, there is the perk of like getting to the level 5. You don't get the parasites.
Mhm. Mhm.
The ruined food I think is still a thing. I don't remember if they changed to
Um.
that where you could eat ruined food.
No, they didn't change it. You just can't use it in
It's in
recipes.
recipes. Okay.
Yeah. And
So
so that's maybe something that because I haven't played with the DLC recently, that I haven't like, that may be an archaic way of thinking
I
to
don't think
have
so
cooking
because
rated so
I think
low.
even Koru was saying she and I are quite similar. I think it was Koru. She doesn't
Mhm.
do like we both don't like the recipes as much as we thought we would
Yeah.
because they're just not. You don't always have all those ingredients.
Yeah. I feel like for me, they'd be like oh, that's cool to do if I have everything.
Yes. Yeah. And then they each come with like little perks and stuff like
Mhm.
that, and you kind of balance those out. I just I don't know. So the big thing for me, I still like the recipes. So there's a couple of things. Each level unlocks recipes. So you have to
Yeah.
level up to get through to certain recipes. But
Yeah.
then, okay, it's going to sound silly. Every time I start a Loper run, I get super excited and I pick up a bag of flour and I'm like, yes,
Flour.
this is
Yeah.
so many calories. And you can't use it until level 2.
Yeah.
There's no
So you're just
recipe.
carrying
You're
around this
just carrying
flour.
around this bag of flour and I do carry it around. I
Uh-huh.
am silly with it. I just carry it around. So it's not lower down just because I want to get to level 2. Like I'll sit there and read that
Mhm.
cooking book just to get me to level 2.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, but
What can
then
you do on level 1 again? Can you do the oats?
yeah, you can do the
Okay.
oats. You can do, the potatoes, the carrots. You can sit there and eat a
Yeah,
raw
yeah.
carrot. It's
Yeah.
just not as hard as it was without those little ingredients thrown in there.
Mhm.
So it's further down on my list.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I'm trying to think. I'm looking really quick at the cooking one to see if I wrote anything down, but I really just think um it's just that. It's like cooking 5.
Mm. Yeah. I know that like I remember when I was playing I would do the oats a lot.
I
I
love
don't
the
I think
oats.
usually I would take the flour and put it in whatever the closest main base is and then leave it there for the future. Um
Yeah.
but that also depends on what region you're in.
Yeah, and if you
So
could get it
wherever I
there.
would find it, I would transfer it, but I wouldn't like keep it on me permanently. I would
Yeah.
keep the oats though.
Oh, I love the oats. The oats are
Yeah.
so great. Now, I'm not into the acorns as much, but the oats are great.
I've used them, but not as a priority. They're just so light that for me, I'll still grab them, and then if I have a hammer with me, I'll try and prep them and stuff.
Yeah.
That's actually another little thing that I will do if I'm like trying to pass time, like I'll do them in stages. I don't do them all at once. I won't sit there and prep all, do like what, 4 steps for the acorns.
Yeah.
I'll gather them, and then if I'm cooking and I have extra time, like I forget what order the steps go in, if you peel them first or if you cook them first. But like if I have extra time, then I'll peel them, and then if I'm cooking and I have extra water and stuff, then I'll cook
Right.
them, and then if I'm around a hammer, then I'll smash them. Like
Yeah, it's like
I
a
don't I
secondary
don't
task all the time.
yeah, I don't go out to do them like with a purpose,
Hmm.
but I will try and keep them with me.
And because I'm the same with that, any recipe with the acorn stuff, I haven't even done that yet. Really.
Really?
There's like acorn bannock,
Hmm.
acorn. I don't know. I'd have
Oh
to look at
yeah,
it. I'd
I
have
think
to
there's
look at it.
acorn
Yeah.
pancakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't remember if I've done those or not, but I've definitely made the coffee.
Yes, I've made the coffee. Yeah.
I find that to be probably the best use of them,
Yeah. I don't
just
know if
because
they're
coffee
worth.
is
Yeah.
limited.
Yeah. So number 2, is that where we are?
Yes,
Okay. What's your number 2?
my number 2 is field dressing
Wow.
because of that level requirement being the time that you spend doing it.
Yes, that makes total
So
sense.
when I'm early game trying to get as many deer carcasses and stuff like that, things that you can't move, um, I've died that way. I
Yeah.
got jumped by a wolf in Mystery Lake. I was by one of the train cars. I don't think it was the yellow one, but it was the other one where that deer carcass spawns. Um, I made a fire. I was trying to harvest it. I was, when you pass time, they kind of pass back to whatever they were doing before, and I got jumped by a wolf and died. I think around day 20.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah.
and just like as you level up, you can do it faster. And I
Uh-huh.
find that to be a really big benefit is being able to do things faster by hand.
Right.
Because especially once you get later game, you have your knife, you don't have any whetstones, you're trying to do things faster. The knife is usually faster for harvesting, um, but it's going to wear down your knife. So I always prioritize doing things by hand.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have time, and then also because that's how you can level it up, that you do it by hand to get a longer field dressing time or carcass harvesting time towards your skill point.
That's smart.
Yeah, so that's usually where I try to level that up because I want to be able to do things faster, especially if I'm out in the open. I don't want to be sitting there for somebody to come by and jump me. And then also, I don't want to sit there and a blizzard comes and my fire goes out and then I can't do anything else. So that's usually what I will prioritize is trying to do field dressing. So if I have like a bunny or a ptarmigan or something that I can bring back to a cabin with me, I'll sit there and I'll do it by hand so that I can level that up.
Okay.
And then I'll also prioritize that book more because I want to get those levels.
Yeah, that makes total sense because I know
Yeah.
I'm exactly the same. I'm very opportunistic in that early game, and if I find a
Hmm.
carcass, I'm like, I have to get it. I have to get
I need it.
everything on it. Everything on it. I have to cure the hides, and then I get a blizzard or
Hmm.
something, and I'm almost done or something, and it's like if it could just be, I'm not going to be much faster early game because it's not. You still
Yeah.
have to do the leveling up, but yes, it can save your life for sure.
Hmm. But I find it to be both an early game and a late game saver
Yeah,
because early game it saves you being out exposed and in danger, and then late game it saves your knives.
that's a really great way to put it.
Hmm.
That's really really smart.
Yeah.
I
So what's
like
your number
it. It
two?
does make me want to prioritize it more,
Uh
actually.
huh.
It really
Yeah.
does. It's
I've convinced you.
you've convinced me and I hate that book because it's like 10 hours. But yeah. My number 2 is fire starting.
Okay.
And it's just I think it's just because of the pickles I have been in where I can't start a fire.
Oh yeah, I hate that so much.
That's it. That's my only reason is like I can't not put fire starting somewhere up
Uh
there.
huh.
It's just it feels like I'm supposed to do that because I'm
Mhm.
always failing at these things and then I mean but really it's to I don't like to use the feat for it
Mhm.
because I like to pick two other feats. So I want to just get it to level 3. If I get it to level
Yeah,
3, I'm no longer prioritizing it. I'm like, all right, we're
that
good.
makes sense.
Yeah. All right. I think we're both at our top
Yep.
choice.
Number one,
Number
archery.
1, archery for both of us.
Uh huh.
I'm stunned, actually. I'm a little
Yeah,
surprised.
and I debated honestly, I debated putting field dressing first, but I was like, archery is just the lifeblood.
It is.
Like that is the most important thing is being able to defend yourself, but
Yep.
then take down and stalk things.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Um,
love that book. I people have seen
mhm.
me on stream freak out when I find that archery book
Yeah.
really early. I try to read an archery book before I forge.
Oh
I
wow.
I just like to do it. For one thing, that your bow will that
Mhm.
first bow
Yeah.
sucks. So if you can get that skill up first,
Yeah,
you're
that's a
not
good point. I'd
dealing with
forgotten
that.
about that part.
Oh, I remember that part when I was doing the furry challenge and my bow broke and I went, "Oh no." Like I have nothing else. I have nothing finished curing. I have to make another bow.
Mhm.
So, yeah, so there's that. I really quick before I get into the other stuff, just
Yeah.
so that people who do the gun difficulties, I think I would put them here too. I think like
Mm.
the rifle skill books.
Mhm.
I think. I'm not sure, but I people can decide like where they would put it. I just it seems similar to archery because it could save your life, but I
Yeah.
don't know how I think it's a little more forgiving. Like if you hit them, it might be a little easier. I don't know.
Yeah, with the guns, you do have the gun cleaning kit, and so that can help maintain your gun. Once you run out of those, then
That's
you're in
true.
trouble. But
That's
you
true.
do like you don't have the same constant degrading of the bow.
Right. Um so I when I looked at the archery, I just saw, aside from at level 2, at each level your bow is just a little better.
Hmm.
I thought it was really interesting. There's the obvious archery level 5, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's amazing.
And that's really what for me was I was like getting to level 5. I'd
Mhm.
honestly forgotten about everything else except level 5.
Yeah, right. So level 5, suddenly I can't hit deer before level
Yeah.
5. It's horrible. I did see like level 3. It does mention like a much steadier aim and more
Mm,
damage,
yeah.
and it does say like critical damage at level 3.
Yeah, you can get a crit.
Um, so that is interesting. That's not like my pick. That's not why it's number 1 for me, because I didn't even know about
Yeah.
it. But it's so important because you
Yeah.
have to stay ahead of the cold. You have to get the hides. You have to feed yourself,
Yeah.
and you have to have a defense.
Mhm.
And I will say that um before the DLC, this still would have been my number 1 pick,
Yeah.
but that cougar is no joke. And I
Yeah.
was like, it's solidly number 1 because
Yes.
of the cougar. I
Yeah.
It'll kill you.
Yeah. And I put like something that I just thought of because this did not go into my ranking, but now it solidifies my ranking is that for me to put it over field dressing is because field dressing, I can kind of manipulate the circumstances
Mm-hmm.
to level up better. Whereas with the bow, you have the fire hardened arrows, but if you go and use them and, to level up with the bunnies or the ptarmigans, you're gonna degrade your bow.
Yeah,
And so there's no good way to kind of
right. And
not
they're not
cheese it,
easy.
but
They're not easy
yeah.
to aim with those.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. Um, but there's just no good way to be like, I'm gonna go out and level up today
Right,
because you have to balance. I don't want to hurt my arrows and I don't want to hurt my bow.
right,
Um, you want every shot to count.
right. Yeah, now you do get it with the crafting of
Yes,
the
that's true.
arrows,
That is true.
but that's uh it's it's only gonna get you so far. Like it's once
Yeah.
you're done crafting them, you're done crafting them until later in the game if you forge again or whatever.
Hmm.
Um,
It's still not a great idea to go out and degrade
right.
your weapon too much. So it's a good trade-off. I think that definitely was a good decision on their part to make that part of it
Mm-hmm.
because otherwise it would be quite hard to level up.
It would be.
Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
I love that book so much. I get so excited. Mike's always
It
like,
was
tell
just
us
for me, I
again
was
about the
like,
book.
I can't put anything else number one because that is the way you survive in Loper,
It is.
is with your bow.
It is. Yeah. It's not really like people say, and this isn't really a book situation, but people say like map knowledge, and that is part of it.
Hmm.
But I'm not weak on map knowledge, but I do find, without relying on map knowledge, and I really think it's because of how I play.
Hmm.
I really think it's because of like something this like little list is highlighting is just how I play and
Hmm.
what's important to me and how I stay alive. So that's mostly my Loper tactic.
Hmm.
Um I haven't done the other difficulties in a very, very, very long time.
Yeah, same. Well, actually, I can't say that because the last thing I played regularly was Voyager.
Yeah. Yeah. I did dip my toe into Voyager
Yeah.
because I got the camera,
Yeah.
which was a blast. Actually, I had so much fun with that camera.
I need to go do that. I have a run still active in Sundered Pass. I think I got to where the Timbies were and I was like, oh gosh, I'm stuck on a plateau and I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Um, if there was, we can sort of wrap this up with just like a little
Hmm.
food for thought, I
Yeah.
guess. If there was a book you'd want to add,
Hmm.
Is there one?
Let's
Either for
see.
a skill or for anything? And it's kind of an unfair question to pose to you because I just thought of it and I don't have one.
Um, I think maybe the only thing would be more information about the game. You know, like
Okay.
something that the player would actually read and not just like, oh yeah, your character's reading it and you leveled up, but like something that you could actually read that's, if you're playing this for the first time
Yeah.
and you get this hint or this
Like a
like,
journal. Like a,
yeah, like some kind of a journal or storybook or something
right.
about like, oh, in this, burned down um canyon or this burned down area of Great Bear, oh man, I had to leave my backpack. Or something like that, something like, oh yeah, those miners, they have great equipment. And so it's like a
Okay.
nod to, if you make your way to this part of the map,
What to
then
look
you
for
might
and
find something worth it. And
okay.
I think that would just encourage some exploration for the newer players. I don't know if that's an issue that new players have or not,
Right.
but it
Well,
would
I
be
do think
interesting.
I've had a couple people. So, uh, one of my brothers,
Hmm.
we've been talking a lot more, and
Hmm.
so he picked up the game and
Oh, nice.
he put down the game. And so
You
he
said
started
nope.
with story mode with Wintermute, and he like was like, I just don't know what I'm doing. And I think
Okay,
that
wow.
speaks to what you're saying. So another person who has said that is Bartonius.
Uh-huh.
Bartonius is like, I didn't know. He said I put the game down because I didn't know that I could use a torch to scare off wolves. I just kept dying to
Yeah.
wolves. So I think you're right. I think that like have a book sort of like what if you've ever played Green Hell, there's a book that's like a survival guide, and
Mm.
it you can open it, and as you discover things like a torch, like you craft a torch or
Mm,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that, it unlocks in your survival guide, and it's like this is what it can be used for, or something like that. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that would be a good one for sure.
Yeah. I think just something that's, it's immersive, it's in the game.
Sure.
It's part of, even though survival doesn't have a big story, it's part of the story of survival mode.
Yeah.
Where it's something that you have to pay attention to. It's not something that you just pick up and then, like a code or something, and your character all of a sudden knows the code, and you go to the keypad and your character puts in the code. You don't actually have to know code.
Yeah.
It's not like that. It would be something like, oh, you're reading a note, or because there's other little things that are around. There's like those visor notes and stuff. So there's other things like that.
Right. That would be good.
Um, yeah, so just a little nod to like, hey, maybe if you go this way,
Yeah, I like
you
that a
can find
lot.
something.
I don't know what I would really add. I don't know that I would add it like a skill. I guess I could add, there could be, you could do like a fun thing with the photography, like a photography
That's true. That would
skill.
be cool.
I'm so interested in like cartography and mapping.
Yeah,
I think maybe like a cartography skill. Like,
I thought the same.
you map better with more
Yeah,
detail with an increase of skill. So that would be
yeah,
a fun
that did
book.
cross my mind. They do have the postcards, which is kind of
Yeah.
along that, where it gives you a benefit to doing this thing.
Mhm.
But I did think like something like an atlas, or
Mhm.
something that would give you a bit more definition of the world
Right.
without you having to like, you just stand there and map all day.
Right. I think that would be very fun.
Yeah. Well, this was fun.
This was super fun.
I'm glad we had some good
I
discussion.
know. I thought, well, I better plan something so that it's not silent on my
Ah,
end. And I better make sure I get the books right.
yeah.
But thank you so much for doing this with me with the 2 days notice.
Yeah, of course.
And it was very fun.
Very fun. And I can't wait to see what if anybody has anything in the comments that
Yeah.
they prioritize or that they disagree with us on.
Yeah. Also
Very
look at
excited.
evaluate your gameplay with the skill books.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
very
definitely.
fun. Okay. Well,
So
Thanks again.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.